Hello everyone. I just thought I would get on here and discuss a few things that were on my mind. One in particular, I actually was asked about if I would put a topic out there. The stresses of work life. You know, there's a lot of people who go to work every day and have this whole time, while others were out of work, on unemployment, by no fault of their own. And the one thing that I think a lot of people forget is that just because someone has a desk job, yeah, I've heard that called a cushy job. You know, you sit on your backside all day, stare at a computer screen. All right, well, if that's what you really think I do, hell, start a company. I will come work for you to pay me to actually just do that. Because work, no matter what you do, is stressful. You know, you've got the type of jobs that are physically exhausting. You got those jobs that are mentally exhausting. And then you have those jobs that are both physically and mentally exhausting. But I'm going to talk about desk jobs. Because, well, that's what I know. I've worked retail. And it was both physical and mental. Greeting them customers, giving them buy those outfits, and lifting all those boxes, and steaming all those clothes, and putting them up on hangers, and yada 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 yada. Anyway, I generally, when I had the retail jobs, went up in the ranks pretty fast because I can be a smart cookie. I can be dumb as all get out too, but that's not neither here nor there. But when you have a desk job, yeah, you're sitting there. Do you know how exhausting it can be sitting in a chair all day long? Do you know how exhausting it can be trying to not only make sure that you hit the mark in quantity, but you hit the mark in no errors? And the way that everyone's so job scared now, because there are so many people out of work, you know, that's even more stress added on. So, you know, granted, we are working from home, and that might be a little less stress. But then there's some days, oh God, I wish I was back at the office. I mean, I had my little routine. I got up, I drank my coffee, smoked my cigarettes, got ready for work. Took me about 2.5, 3 hours, you know, because I had to do it all so I could contemplate actually getting out the door. And then I would get in the parking lot, and I'd walk from the corner all the way across the parking lot to the building. So I get those extra steps. So I could walk a little more. There were people there in the office we could talk to who understood what we were going through because they did the same exact job. Then there's smokers. Boy, I miss those smokers. We had some fun, didn't we, up there? Smoke breaks, man, they were key. Because those were your people. You know, smokers, we actually like to talk. So it's just one of those things where, like, people, they don't take into consideration that, oh, you got a desk job. Yeah. I sit there and I stare at a computer screen, and I have to make the decisions every day on what to do, what not to do. Make sure it's correct, make sure it's enough, make sure it you know, crosses all the T's, dots all the I's, do, you know, everything, you know, damn near perfect. And I know there's a lot of physical jobs that are just exactly the same. But again, I don't know those jobs. Not anymore. And I'm thankful for that. Just to be honest. Yeah, sure, I might be fitter if I was, had a more physical job, but shit. You only live once. Eat the ho-ho. Whichever ho-ho you want to eat. But the truth of the matter is, everybody bitches. Everybody bitches. And you have those people in work life, in an office setting, that will vent to you day after day, and you listen to them, and you try to advise them, you try to help them. Then it gets to a point where you don't want to no more, because they have already decided that if they get in trouble, guess who's going down? It ain't them. And if they do, they dragging your name through the mud. So it just gets to a point where sometimes you just keep to yourself. But then what kind of life is that? We spend 8 hours a day. Most of us spend 7 to 8 hours a night, if we're lucky, sleeping. Okay, that's 16 hours in a day. The rest of the time, you're recouping, cleaning the kitchen, cooking, you're tending the babies when you got them. You're looking after your fur babies. And so many times, what about us? And it's like, what about you? You don't do nothing but sit there at a desk. Okay. And you try to explain, well, that's just fucking child's play. Okay. Child's play pays the bills, motherfucker. So, office work stress is basically like this. You go to work and you put on a mask. And that mask has to be politically correct. If you don't think like those in the office, then you must keep your thoughts to yourself or be shunned. Much like in middle school and high school, it's you've got your groups. Do you fit into the clique or don't you? And if you don't fit into that clique, you better watch your back. You better watch what you say. And that's not me starting any drama. That's me speaking truth. You try to stay as positive as you can, but then you got people just, it's cutthroat. And they'll tell you to the face, congratulations. So glad you got that promotion. And then behind your back, they're plotting. Just waiting for you to fuck up. Yeah, it's anywhere I know. But again, I ain't talking about that. It's easy to say, why don't we just all get along? It's easy to say, let's always be positive. But with every positive, there's a negative. And the positive is, we're inside when it's raining. We're inside when it's cold weather. We don't have to sit on our feet all day. And I know I'm grateful for all that. For having a good, decent income and great benefits. I am so grateful and have been so blessed. But when the people you work with are ready to throw you under the bus, when those people you work with, they don't care about you at all. and you try to be friends. Try to help them out. You try to express your feelings. And again, these are the same people that'll do that to you. And it's all right. But if you do it, you're wrong. And it gets to a point where it's like, grow up. We come to work to do a job. And we come to work to get along. If you're lucky, the whole group gets along and it's peaceful and you're content for the most part. And the department that I'm in, because they all have their problems. But to be honest with you, I'm very grateful. The drama's down. It's stressful. And it's stressful over the fact of the demands are so high and they switch back and forth. One day you're all right, next day you feel like you're not. But in reality, they told you what they expected. And they told you what would happen if it wasn't met. However, on the same hand, or on the other hand, however the fucking expression goes, it should be consistent. Every manager may handle their business differently, but every manager should have the same set of rules that are met. It's not fun. Yeah, work's not supposed to be fun. Well, you gotta kind of make it fun. It's like cleaning up. You gotta turn on some music and wiggle your ass a little bit, because cleaning up sucks, but you gotta fucking do it, right? So you gotta make work fun a little bit. And when you have someone who sucks that out, who is driven only by black and white, this is the way that it is. When you instill fear into your employees of, you're going to get a write-up. I haven't even got a verbal warning yet. I know that hadn't happened to me. Thank you, Jesus. But it puts so much stress on you. Like, that can make a person make more mistakes. You know, sometimes you got to take a whole bunch of things into consideration. You know, what is this person going through? Did you ask them? Maybe they had a death in the family they couldn't go to because it's not in that immediate list of family. But that family member was like their mother to them, or their father, or their brother, their sister. And they still working and they still trying to make it. Because working from home, you wouldn't see them crying in a cube. All you could go by is those totals. Those totals do not make us. Our personality makes us. Us showing up work. Us making sure the work's done. So when you see someone who is usually consistent with their totals, consistent with their errors being good, and all of a sudden they're making mistakes, why don't you find out why first? And I've worked a lot of different office jobs, and they're all the same. Work's stressful enough. Working from home has even been more stressful. At first it was pretty fun, and it's still some days pretty fun. I can sing out loud, off key, whatever. But you miss the socialization. You know, I miss walking at lunch. I miss walking the park line. Because it helps that stress get out. Not that I'd be able to do it right now anyway, this stinking foot. But think about things before you just blurt them out. I mean, you know, I went through something and nobody mentioned it. And it was so off key for me. Or maybe it wasn't. Maybe that's why they didn't mention it. But a lot of it was. And I felt so alone. So alone. Man, when you're working on a team in an office, you should not feel alone. You should not have to feel like you have to watch your back. You should not have to feel like you can't say who you voted for when everybody else is. Everyone, and that means everyone, race, gender, we all have our own opinions. Some of them may be wrong, and some of them are right. I don't think people should be looked down upon or judged or criticized because of those opinions. Sometimes people just need to be educated. And sometimes you're never going to change that person's mind anyway. I mean, I went into work for 2 years, not knowing who I could trust, who I could talk to. Got to a point where I felt like I have nobody to talk to. Nobody. It shouldn't be like that. Y'all shouldn't be like that. We are grown-ass adults. You know, these petty fights, this bickering behind each other's back. Go see a therapist. Get a dog. Write a diary. Get over it. You know what I'm going to throw in there? Because it hurt my feelings. I understand it, but I don't. Because, you know, at the office buildings, the workplaces that have the office buildings, it's all about inclusion. And I'm all for that. Because I have been not included before. And it hurts my feelings. So when, you know, you're preached about every day about inclusion, and then you find out there's a meeting where you're not included because of a certain aspect of who you are, well, that kind of hurt my feelings. And I don't know if that was the point of that meeting. I'm assuming it was not. But unfortunately, that's the way it came across to me. Everybody deserves to be educated. Everybody deserves to be included. And it's just wrong. Like, why can't we just look at each other like human beings? Yeah, we call each other names. Like, if you're picking, that is the age group we grew up in. You know, you called your sister, your siblings, you know, you fucking dickhead, you bitch. It's just for fun. And I understand there's a time and place for that. And the workplace definitely is not that. But I just don't. I think that people. Sometimes I think people go to work just so they can talk about people behind their back, or talk about people. Like, they sit there and they listen, and then they go and run and tell everything they've heard. Why? Why you want to do that? You know, and the managers need to be more supportive. They need to be more positive. You get a better employee when they're feeling good about the work they're doing. Sure, you can point out most definitely point out their mistakes. Let them know, because if they don't know, they can't fix it. However, when all you're doing is pointing out what's wrong with them, you know, that goes in life too. When all you do is point out what someone does wrong and never ever tells them what you like about them, the positive things that they are bringing to the table, either A, you're going to eventually lose that employee, Maybe that's what you're, aiming for. I'm not sure. But you are going to drive that employee to the point where they're not going to care. Or they're going to be so stressed out. You're going to bring them to a nervous breakdown. You don't want that. Because the next employee, sure, they're easy to replace, but you know what? You got to train them all over again. And what that person actually brought to the table, you may never find again. So office work, man, it's stressful. It is more than sitting your ass in a chair looking at a computer screen. By the time you get up, and I don't care if you get the ergonomic chair or not, because most companies are not going to pay for the actual expensive ergonomic chair that the doctor wrote up that you need anyway. That's at any office building. Any. So by the time you stand up, you are hurting. Your knees hurt, your butt hurts, your back hurts, your neck hurts. And massages seem like we're just pampering ourselves. Now, we're just trying to work out them little creaks. Because them creaks in our neck, oh God. We walk around hunched over for a little bit just because we old. We've been working all our lives, basically. We're old and we're tired and we're mentally tired and oh my God. So, I think it's great that employment has been getting that extra money. But you know what? All of us, office workers, the frontliners, all of us that's been out in the world or just working, since I'm working from home, I don't count, which, there goes again. I don't count. I'm single, ain't on disability, ain't got no babies. Hell, I can get no benefits. Man, maybe they need to throw us a little extra. Because whether we're working from home in the office or whether we're in the actual building, Walmart, you got your hairdressers, you got, CVS, your drugstores, those people that we kept it going. Throw us some money. Because you know what? We stressed out too. But nobody thinks about that. Because all they say is, you got a job, you should be grateful. I am grateful. Very grateful. But sometimes you got to cut some people some slack. At least until you find out what they're going through. Now, if you get a whole, I don't know, you just can't really do it. Well, you got a problem on your own there. But you don't know what that person's going through. That person could be sitting in their apartment the whole entire time. Barely getting out because they're a germaphobe. Have anxiety. Not getting out all that time. Made their anxiety worse. And there's a raccoon on the ceiling. I don't know. Excuse me. Not COVID. Just allergies. Change of weather crap I get all the time. Yeah, I know smoking don't help. But shoot. Sometimes you don't want to be on that Klonopin. Sometimes you don't want to be on those nerve pills. So I smoke a cigarette. Ain't no different than these people that drink energy drinks. Addiction is an addiction. Well, anyway. Be kinder to folks, y'all. When you see someone at work struggling, don't talk about them behind their back. Help them out. Those some kind words to them. What if you're the only person who does? You sit in the office and you thinking, or you sit at your desk at your home at this point, and you thinking, you know what? This person runs through your head. Hit them up on IM. Make sure they're all right. You know, you notice that they are not on the trend that they normally are. Find out why. You know, when you see someone doing something good, like, tell them they're doing good. Pat them on the back a little bit. We all deserve that. So much negative when there's so many positives. But unfortunately, when someone's thrown so many negatives at them, eventually they get stressed and they get worried and they get nervous, and next thing you know, they're negative. They're getting headaches, they're tired, depressed. What kind of worker is that? Why would you want to do that to somebody? Well, that's what came to mind. All I know is we need to be kinder to each other. We need to include everyone. And we need to stop assuming that everyone knows what you're going through. Because on the same note, maybe that's the right expression. If people don't know what you're going through, sometimes they can't help. Because, not everybody is you. There'll never be another you. And you're important. So I want all the office workers to know company wouldn't be nothing without you. We're the backbone and we're the support. We're the ones that make sure things run smoothly. So remember that. When you get down on yourself, when you get too stressed out, yeah, okay, they gave you a tongue lashing. Maybe you shouldn't have done that, or maybe they shouldn't have said it the way they said it. But at the end of the day, know you're important. And then everybody handles things differently. And sometimes people are harder on you when they know they expect more from you. Because not everybody handles things the exact same way. Because it goes both ways. Sometimes people go through things and they'll take it out on you. Should they? No. Does it happen? Of course. So remind yourself, I'm important. As long as you are getting what you need to get, and you know that you are bringing it back up if you've had an issue or a problem, you're important. Because in every corporation, there's an office. And most of us are not seen. Most of us are not heard. But just know that place wouldn't run smooth without you. Those employees wouldn't get the paychecks without you. We all play a role, and we're all important. And we all work just as hard, if not harder, as the other. That's all I gotta say.